Next, this is going to be all about the survival camp. So we have a survival camp located here. It's a good starting location for your first survival camp. I also have a survival camp located here. And there's some, good locations you can see once you want to make sure you don't really want to go in other people's territory, but in general, your survival camp is kind of your first base of operations. So we have here craft. You can craft a survival camp with some starting resources, and then you can also craft your workbench. So the key thing about the workbench is you cannot build it away from a survival camp. So it has to be within a certain range of the tent, along with the walls and all these kind of structures. We have our hops here, it's growing. So you can plant your farm. So, with our hoe. And if you right click, we kind of create some plots for it. So here we go here. And we'll start a little plot here. And click over the old plot to put your cursor right at, so if you right click the standard, and if you match it there, as you're looking at the first, the one you previously put, you'll have that kind of auto snap to somewhere equivalent. So what you want to do is what seems to be the best farming design is a row of 2. And snap the grid. 3x3 can work, but if you're planting something like hop, you can't water the center one, and sometimes if you're picking one of them while you're in the center and the other ones grow, you'll get kind of stuck in there. You can get out by just picking them up out of the ground, but it's kind of something you don't really want to deal with. So you can water. So a best design would probably have our hoe. Go. We'll take all our seeds. And what do we not have a lot of? So hops, onions, carrots, carrot. So we need more carrots. And we need more corn. So if we go here, we take our hoe. So a row of 5, 2 deep. That way, each one is 3 little buckets. You can kind of take care of one row here. There we go. That's pretty convenient. You can also craft seeds. So we have a bunch of carrots. We can craft all kinds of carrot seeds. We can. More onions. 3, 4, 5. There we go. We have a decent amount of seeds left over, but that's a pretty good crop. Okay, so now we're looking over here. So it's still growing. And if you look at our tools, we have a shovel we can create. So the shovel we can make to get rid of plots. So if we made a fluid designed one, we can get rid of it with the shovel. Here. Little 5 row here. And then if we right click the shovel, we can delete any of the items from the camp. See this well? I got rid of the well. And then it gives some of the resources back if you create it. So we don't really need 2 wells, and then you can kind of get rid of this. So it's a good way, if you didn't realize how to destroy items from your survival camp. You can break the camp itself. I don't know if breaking the camp itself just destroys everything around you. At this time I'm not going to risk it, but I'll try it with another camp. Right, so we have our stones in here. So survival camps are good to kind of set around the map, kind of its little base camps. There we go. Okay, and what we want to do is here, so we need planks and iron ore for creating more small chests. We want 2 more small chests. So here we have our workbench, right? Workbench and our watering. So let's water these first. And make sure you don't double click. There we go. There we can take back some of our farming stuff. Use more tomatoes, corn. I'm gonna go with tomatoes. So each one, you create 1 seed from one, and then you get 5 out. So you have a profit of 4. There we go. Little seeds here. There we go. And we have another chest. We can plant our tomato. Hops is doing good. We might need to re-water it before it's fully grown. So here we have our chest. So we can build a chest, so we can't build it. So outside the range of our camp we can't build it. But inside the range of our camp we can build it. So here, past that, and the same with our workbench. So workbench, past a certain, so you need to have a survival camp set up to build a workbench. You just build one there just to showcase it, and then we can build another chest here, and then another chest here. So the chest you enter from the side with the little clippy, side without it, you don't have access to that chest. So you can get into it, but it's less less precise. So if you have them kind of butted up against each other, you'll end up getting this chest and then the other chest on the other side when you're on the other side. So there we go. And you can kind of store items in each chest. So that's the basics of the survival camp. So what do we have here? We have, you know, standard equipment. You can make equipment. You can make any of the bows yourself, just in your inventory. The tools, you can make, you know, the various tools. These two you can make in your inventory. The rest of them, you need a, you know, survival camp or a town to make. You can craft the seats from, you know, the finished products and the structures. You can make additional campfire, more survival camps, the well, the door, the spike walls, small chest, and then the standing torch, along with the platform and also the workbench. So the standing torch, we need these materials. So let's see what we have here. We'll take out some iron ore. And some wood. Take the wood there. And then we get the coal ore from, you know, your fire camp. So whenever you burn wood or something, this is growing fine. Alright, so now what we can do is we can go here and go into the tools, and we see, you know, our shovels, how we destroy things. This is how we water our plants. This is how we make our plots. This is needed for our bakers. This is needed for our blacksmith. This is needed for our windmill workers or farmers. We need this to mine various rocks and stones across the map. Your mining camp guys need this as well. This is for chopping trees. Your woodcutters also need this, and this is for building your town. And if you want your villagers to actually build something in the town, you want them to have wooden hammers. You can make these things before you even start your town, so they kind of have the basic background. So you can make branches from logs. I don't recommend that. You can make planks from logs. You can make rope from the fiber. You can make rocks from stone, but it's a bad ratio, so you don't want to do that. And you can make stone from rocks, and you can make leather from hide. Structure-wise, you know, as I'm going through your workbenches, you grab these things. The wooden platform, you can stand on this, and then your standing torches you can put around your camp. Let me take one of these, and then just like the other structures, it's, you know, the extent of your camp is where your standing torch can go. If you want a kind of well lit up camp, you can take these guys and just put them around, you know, by all your platforms. So if you build your camp kind of in the wilderness, most of the resources that were around in the area before you built the camp will still respawn. So this one's a source of rocks and, you know, some of those fibers and sticks. There we go. Very well lit. So that's the basics of the survival camp. Good locations for survival camps are places that are kind of not in some territory. So this is all Victor's territory. You go out here. This town will kind of encompass territory here. So I like putting a survival camp here because if you know, bank up some resources before you're able to buy this land, you can kind of move resources from here and this town. For around here, the extent of this town, so you buy this town and your extent of territory is all the way around here. So this is kind of a pretty good built town, and you can build a good place survival camp is maybe right around here. A good place to survival camp for this area, you can build kind of one in here. One in here is kind of a base of the goblin village. You can raid and take that, but this one should be sufficient for this area. So that's the basics of, you know, where to build survival camps. That's, you know, everything you can do in a survival camp, how to delete the, you know, various buildings, you know, plots with our shovel. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time with our next little segment.